Please welcome to the stage Executive Director of Wyoming Equality, Sara Burlingame.
A little known fact about the great state of Wyoming is that we only have 2 escalators in the whole state. Judy says 3, but that is unconfirmed. So I just want you to know that you can tell the Wyoming folks, because that double escalator out there really threw us for a loop tonight. Wyoming table. In 1998, I was reading my oldest son Ashton a new book that was out by an author named J.K. Rowling. It was called Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. We'd moved to Cheyenne, Wyoming in August, and I was just settling into my new home when I heard that one town over, in Laramie, a boy had been found. So on a cold October night, I had the privilege of tucking my son into bed and reading a story about a boy who lived despite the forces of powerful evil that had been lobbied against him. And the mystery of his survival, of course, was the power of his mother's love. And it was the one thing his adversary could not comprehend or defy. I couldn't finish the chapter that night because all I could think of was the woman that I'd seen on my screen, the quiet woman who had asked that we all remember to love our children and to hold them close. And I didn't know then that Judy Shepard was performing a unique kind of alchemy, a kind of alchemy that turns despair into hope and anger into love. I didn't even know it was possible for Judy to transform her grief into a lullaby for all of the vulnerable queer children. For all the lost, all the disenfranchised, her message was simple. You are loved. You deserve love. And we are all charged with creating that possibility for you. Judy didn't stop at confronting homophobia. She drew the link to all manner of oppressions, racial injustice, transphobia, ableism. Everyone was somebody's child and deserved to be celebrated, not just tolerated. Dennis often says that Judy is a 15 out of 10 on the introversion scale. Traveling to over 25 countries, national appearances with heads of state and personalities, this was a fate that was foisted on Judy. This was not a role desired. But if Zion was realized, if our world was right, Judy Shepard would spend her nights curled up on her sofa in Casper. She'd be planning a trip to England to visit castles and indulge her love of history, not meeting with policymakers to discuss why people like her son still don't have justice. Judy may have received numerous awards, including the Elizabeth Birch Equality Award in 2009, the same year she met with President Obama and convinced him to sign the Matthew Shepard and James Byrd hate crimes bill. These are all major accomplishments, but if you know her, you know that it's the children that she has really come to see. And it is their connection that means the most to her. And if you've heard her speak, then you know what motivates this small town Wyoming woman. She's creating a world where no other mother receives the phone call that she did 20 years ago. I don't know of anyone who has done more to make that vision a possibility. It's my great honor to introduce the woman who didn't come from a best-selling series about wizards. She came from the high plains of Wyoming. But she has taught us all that hate and the hateful can still be disarmed by the power of a mother's love. So please help me in welcoming our friend, Judy Shepard.
Hey, everybody. I'm thrilled, I'm honored, I'm pleased to see you all here. Yes, this is the part of the program where I swear and I cuss at everybody and embarrass myself when I realize what I've actually let slip out of my mouth or not. So, yeah. Well, just wait a minute. Just wait a minute. It's coming. I want to, so many people I want to thank who've become a part of our circle, and this is really the only opportunity that I get to do it, and many of them are in this room tonight. You know who you are. The Conspiriare folks, considering Matthew Shepard, Michelle with the film, Matt Shepard is a friend of mine. A gentleman named Rich Eichener from Iowa who's been giving scholarships in Matt's name since 1999. I could just, like, forever. Leah Fondakowski from the Tectonic and Laramie Project. Everybody who's become so important to us and family. And I went shopping in my gift bag to come up here because I want you all to not miss this. We know that the U.S. in particular, but the world at large is pretty screwed up right now, right? It's not really time yet. But it's a mess. But I know in my heart there's more of us than them. More of us than them. And I also know that we have not yet established the platform or the anger or the level of frustration where we all need to be yelling as loud as we can. We're getting there. It's really close, and I know that explosion is going to come November 6th. In your gift bag is proof that it's not just us. It's everybody. It's everybody in this country knows it's messed up. There's a delightful copy of Marlon Bundo in your gift book. And I'm so thrilled that it's in there because when this became a reality from the John Oliver show, it was like, yes, because this is the biggest thumb and the biggest bigot in the country. Our vice president, as we all know, has historically just doesn't care for us at all. Maybe it's just something deep-seated within himself. Not really sure. If there's proof, it hasn't come out yet. You're not going to quote me, right? This is just between us, right? But this is brilliant because this is a statement that none of us could have done on our own. John Oliver's audience is in the millions, and this book was on the bestseller list, and maybe still. It's phenomenal, the success it has had, which proves to me there's more of us than them. Another one of our partners in our work is a tremendous organization called Chavez for Charity, who's been, yeah, give them a hand. They're so special. It's a jewelry company. They made me go to a gift shop show this year. Have you all ever been to one of those? It's like, I didn't know there was so much crap in the world that's like, I had to go in with like blinders, because, yeah. Well, they are brilliant. And this year, in honor of the 20th year, they have created this Erase Hate bracelet for us. It's in your gift bag. There are 2 sizes. If the one in your bag is not the right size for you, talk to your table mate, see what works. But it's a little bit of an upgrade from the purple one, right? This is what it looks like. It's perfect. It's perfect. They are perfect, and you all are perfect for being here. I bring this up because they have shared their generosity, not with us, but many, many charities. But this is their example of how to share with the world the message of acceptance and love. This is how they do it. We all do it in our own way. Whatever makes us feel comfortable, makes us feel comfortable. Maybe it's time to not be feeling comfortable anymore. Jason spoke earlier about how the world should be relying on love, and it's the general message of what we're doing tonight. However, in my opinion, as a Wyoming girl, I understand that the playing field out there right now is not a level playing field. Love only works if the other side is willing to meet you halfway. I don't even like referring to them as the other side because we're all Americans. We should all be striving for the same thing, to make America better, not to make it wallow in the dirt or think money is the most important thing to us, or that staying to be a white nation is the most important thing to us. What a ridiculous thing to think. All of us in this room are from somewhere else. All of us in this room are from somewhere else. We have immigrant lineage. We don't know who we are. We could go back and do those DNA tests, which is like kind of creepy, I think, but the point is that none of us are all of one thing. We are all of many things, all of us. We have many identities, many ideas, and many ideas on how to get there. But the one thing that is going to get there is respect. I'm going to step away from the word love a little bit because I'm finding it really hard to love the current administration and the people in there. I don't respect them at all because I know their goal is to divide us and to sow seeds of hate and fear. That is their goal because they think that's what's going to make them succeed. Now, in the world of us and them, that's how that works. But this is not the world we want to live in, right? We don't want to be in an us and them world. We want to be in a we world, right? Where we're all fighting for the same thing, right? Where everybody has an equal opportunity regardless of the color of our skin or who we love or how we worship. We all deserve the same privileges and rights, but also the same responsibilities. Those responsibilities include taking care of each other, standing up for one another, caring about one another, everyone's success, and not trying to belittle anyone, no matter how much we disagree with them. I hope you understand how hard it is for me to say that, because I'm really angry. I'm really angry. I'm so mad at you if you didn't vote in 2016, I can't even tell you. The only way we're going to make it to be the world we want it to be is to elect the representatives who represent what we want, what we think and how we feel, and what we think America should be, which is a country of acceptance and equality and equity. Equity. So we have an action plan. And what is that action plan? Yes. Vote. And if you live in Colorado and you're going to mail in your ballot, it takes 2 stamps. 2 stamps. Now, not all of you in this room may know what a stamp is, but it takes 2 if you're going to mail in your ballot. I feel like when they filmed the comments I made about the world that we're in now, if you're not a straight white Christian man in today's world, and not just in the US, but worldwide, I'm worried about you. We need to take our hands back, take our lives back. And I know we have the power to do that, but we have to get to the ballot box to do it. Whether it's we do it absentee or we actually go and stand in line, we just make it work. We just have to make it work. So when you leave this room tonight and when you go home, when your family and neighbors and friends, please remind them that the world we want to live in, the world we should be living in, requires us to have representatives who speak for us, who have the courage to speak for us. Us, all of us who live in this country and want to be happy. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks. Thank you. Thanks. So get out there and vote.